Boom.
Biddly, 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 bing, bong, bing. Bing, bang, boom. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. Got to move back to get his greatness in. Ain't nobody down round here. Got a shout out to do. Shout out to Lewis Chant, who PayPal'd me some support for the single, which I then used to buy the single. So thank you very much, Lewis Chant. Good man. Get straight into it. Ain't nobody down round here. Quick shit vid. Valencia, awesome. I went on Just Joe straight after the game, so I didn't feel the need to necessarily come in and drop in with you boys. I thought I'd let that resonate, let that residue pick right up. But yeah, I thought it was absolutely awesome against Valencia. The goal they scored was a bit of a nothing goal, a deflected goal for a start, but just the game had sort of come to an end after that absolute knob sack had got sent off it. Them two up top were absolutely unhinged, weren't they? Apparently a bit of bother with Valencia fans afterwards, which is a bit crazy, but you know, they were probably a bit riled up. I think that, you know, them two up top, because they'd got a fair amount of goals between them last season. I think they finished 8th or 9th in La Liga, so it's proper, and that's a proper side. I think they hope to just turn up and sort of like turn it on, really, you know, in front of a big crowd. 32,000 to a friendly is just wild, innit? The Rutter goal was literally like hands on head moment. I was like, because I thought he'd shanned it, really. I still think as outrageous as that is, and Rutter was amazing, and I truly think Rutter's the best player in the league, and I think he will be this year. I think he was last year. It's just the numbers Somerville did was sort of hard to argue with, but I think Rutter is technically the best footballer in that league. And I'd be interested to see like how high he can actually go, like where the roof ends for him, where, you know, the sky's the limit, but can you have you got the rocket power to get there? You know what I mean? But yeah, I still think that although that is a moment of utter madness and utter genius, then there's a couple of opportunities where he's gone through afterwards, and it's, you know, he's not super clinical, but he is scoring, he's hitting target a lot more. So we'll see how he gets on this year. But if he can get goals, excluding disgusting goals like that, because, you know, we've seen all sorts of people banging outrageous goals, haven't we? But he's doing it. Consistency is quite literally the key. But yeah, extremely exciting. I can't wait for that first game at season on Saturday. Ampadu is an excellent captain. I absolutely love it. Winding that centre forward up. It's insane getting sent off, and I thought the ref were really lenient with them both, to be honest. But yeah, let's get off to a flyer come Saturday. I actually can't wait. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing to be back on Saturday just for the Valencia game. I like racing home, like got to get home, get it whacked on. I was like, bosh, it's so mint. Some shit about Wobber going on, so I mean, I don't really want to talk about Wobber. I'm done with it. Like, if he's going, just go. If he's not, he's not. He's just, you know, I don't know. I think he's a bit cumbersome. He'll be decent at this level, but, you know, I just want to know who's in and who's out at this point. Same with Nonto. There's some stuff about him going to Everton. Apparently, we've rejected a £23 million bid for him. Obviously, it has been known for him to kick off before about these rejected bids and whatnot. Slightly concerning. This won't go down well with anybody, but I don't really care. But I'm more keen on now just keeping the squad that we've got as opposed to bringing anybody in. So I would like to bring people in before everybody loses their tits, before everybody's tits fall off and they all need milking. I'd rather keep the squad. If I had to pick now and it just closed and we went with it, I'd go with that now rather than like worrying about potentially Nonto. Rutter was exceptional the other day. If somebody comes in from him, there's a lot of talks that Somerville had a bid in contract clause. In his contract clause, if you meet the bid, he's allowed to leave. That'll be concerning going forward. That there's a lot of them with Axe. You would imagine if he's got it, a lot of them will have it. I think we need a wing back. You know, it was quite clear when Bogle got injured, went down the other day. It's like, I love Sam Byram, but as much as he's been mint, and I think he will be mint this season as a backup, it's a bit dangerous to just have him as a backup. Firpo will do just fine, but yet again, you know, he had a full season last season, more a bit of injuries. Hopefully gets a full season this season, but again, I don't want to rely on these boys necessarily. So that's where I'm looking to actually bring people in. But if I had to pick now, Wobber could probably do a job at left back. You know, he might come in as a centre back. Ampadu can play centre back. I don't want that to happen because I thought Ampadu were brilliant in middle. Thought Rothwell were really good when he came on. There's some talk about this Jonathan Rose. Well, that's actually picking up a bit of pace. So, and I've seen an interview of him where he's banging on about Ellen Road, saying that he sort of craves that type of atmosphere. He's only a 21-year-old lad. That could be a really exciting signing. he's only had one proper year in Championship, got 12 goals in 32 games. So you know, certainly it's Dan James types numbers, isn't it? So, but yeah, we all look bang up for it. Rodon had a few wayward passes, I would say, but other than that, you know, that's pre-season for you, isn't it? I thought Dan James were a bit unlucky with some passes, didn't get a great deal at ball, but yeah, there were a nice fluidity to us. We seemed quite even. Like there was a lot of talk last year where it was all like Somerville, and we sort of got penned into just going one way all the time, a little bit predictable. I felt like we could get at them. I actually thought when Valencia started, they started quite well, as you'd expect, sort of well structured and rigid. And I actually thought, you know, like we're playing FIFA, you know, when you're on amateur and you just like, you can beat everybody, and then you step it up a notch, and then you try and out tricks and you can't beat them. And then after 10 minutes, you get into it and you're like, right, now I can beat them. Because I felt like we were getting sort of not caught on the ball, but I think players were used to beating players in certain scenarios, and then they couldn't necessarily do it. But that's what I think. What do you think? Yes, yo, I can't wait for Saturday, bro.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch. Hey!
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprised. That's why.